Did you know that monkeys and dogs have been in space? When it comes to space, human astronauts and the moon landing immediately come to mind. However, not everyone knows that long before the latter, the first living creatures we sent into orbit were animals. Even fewer people know that they were at the center of missions dating back just a few years ago. The well-known animal to go into space is undoubtedly the dog Laika, who in 1957, 12 years before the Apollo 11 mission, was sent into orbit aboard Sputnik 2, owned by the Soviet Union. The purpose of the mission was to test the survival of a living creature outside of Earth. The result was very sad for Laika, who died on the same day as the launch. Initially, the Soviet Union claimed that the dog survived for about 4 days, but it was later discovered that she remained alive for a period ranging from 5 to 7 hours. Although the first animal mission didn't go as planned, the Americans decided the following year to send the monkey Gordo into space. This flight stopped at an altitude of about 500 kilometers from Earth. Again, not everything went according to plan, with the capsule ending up in the Atlantic, but at least Gordo survived. However, American progress in space wasn't yet at the desired levels, so in 1958, the USA sent the monkeys Miss Baker and Miss Abel into space. This time, the target altitude was 480 kilometers. The mission was successful, but the monkey Abel died of heart problems 4 days after returning to Earth. Miss Baker, on the other hand, lived for 27 years and died in 1984. There was also another mission with monkey astronauts, with the monkey Sam reaching 88 kilometers in altitude in 1959. The mission departed from Wallops Island, Virginia. His companion, Miss Sam, instead departed in 1960. This time, the mission ended as planned, and the 2 monkeys survived. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union didn't stand idly by, sending into space what would later become a very famous brand both locally and abroad, the 2 dogs Belka and Strelka. However, it's worth mentioning that alongside them, aboard Sputnik 5, were also 2 mice, flies, and a rabbit. When the 2 dogs returned to Earth safe and sound, they became the protagonists of numerous films and cartoons. In 1961, it was the turn of the chimpanzee Enos, who completed 3 orbits aboard the Mercury Atlas V. Becoming a star in the USA, Enos died about a year after his return to Earth. In the same year, another chimpanzee, Ham, took part in the Mercury Redstone 2 mission, launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida. He lived for another 17 years after returning to Earth. The French decided to send the first space cat into orbit in 1963. This was Félicette, a Parisian cat who took part for 15 minutes in a suborbital flight with electrodes implanted in her head. So far, these were missions preceding the manned moon landing, but you should know that animals continued to play a crucial role in space research. For instance, in 1975, aboard Skylab 3, there was also a spider, while during the Apollo 17 mission, 5 mice were sent into space. one of which died. Moreover, in July 2014, aboard the Photon AM4 satellite, there were also geckos. All 5 animals died. These missions not only allowed for the testing of technologies and the study of the effects of space on living organisms, but also demonstrated the courage and dedication of the animals that participated in these endeavors. However, it is important to remember that the sacrifice of Leica and the other animals was not in vain, as their contributions were crucial to our understanding of space exploration and paved the way for the sending of humans into space.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space.
Please like and subscribe. See you soon.